Investigators wrap up their probe onto a recent fire that happened in Whitley County. And folks in one eastern Kentucky county now have better access to health care.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, February 12th. The time is now 6:29, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusman for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, they couldn't see it, but I could, and I sure did enjoy your dancers.
I do dance a lot in between takes. That's my It wasn't my best dance moves this morning, but I'll give you better dance moves later. I guess I'm, doing a rain dance for this weekend, right?
Oh, there you go.
But thankfully, we're going to stay nice and dry for today. A lot of clouds in the forecast. Not right now, though. Starting off mostly clear. We'll see those clouds starting to appear into the forecast as we're heading into the evening hours, and that will really just continue as we head overnight. We talk about those temperatures, though. This morning is on the chillier side, so coat, jacket, whatever you can do to keep yourself staying nice and warm this morning. But by the afternoon, we are going to see some improvements. We're talking 40s in the forecast, but these aren't the same 40s that we saw yesterday. 40s were accompanied by sunshine on your Wednesday, but today, well, we're looking at cloudy skies, so it's going to feel a tad cooler. So that's what you need to know as you're heading throughout the day. High temperatures will be around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame. Stay nice and dry all day long. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. We have learned more about an assault investigation involving a high school basketball coach. Jackson County and North Laurel girls team last week. An arrest citation says after the game, Kilburn pushed a North Laurel coach to the ground and punched the coach in the head multiple times. Kilburn is not allowed near the coach as part of his bond conditions. A Eubank man was arrested yesterday for an attempted sex crime against the minor under the age of 16. The Pulaski County Sheriff says the investigation began onto 51-year-old Arnold Merritt after the victim said he had made explicit comments towards her. He's currently being held in the Pulaski Detention Center with a $10,000 bond. The devastating fire in downtown Williamsburg last month was ruled incidental. Federal investigators with the ATF believe the fire was caused by an electrical issue. The fire destroyed several businesses and apartments just 3 weeks ago. Investigators had to wait until the winter weather was cleared to fully assess the scene. Now that the ATF is done, insurance companies can begin looking at the damage. Williamsburg Mayor Roddy Harrison thinks it should be a straightforward process.
Hopefully from their discussions with me, we'll know which buildings, if any, and I've got my gut feelings about it, which buildings can remain.
Mayor Harrison says he's been talking to the Kentucky Heritage Council to see if there are any tax incentives or breaks to encourage people to rebuild. The London City Council is doing its own investigation onto how police officers use a federal crime database. Last week, we reported the FBI was looking into the London Police Department and how they use the National Crime Information Center. The City Council now wants to know more about specifics about the searches the police department made going back to October 2024. They want to know if those searches involved city council members and other city employees, and if they gave information from the database to someone outside of law enforcement. Sharing that information to someone who is not law enforcement is illegal. Gaining access to health care will become easier for some here in the mountains. Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky is taking health care on the road. I spoke to the transportation director at the clinic. Providers are not the only ones who provide patient care at Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
We have our drivers. They're well trained, they're compassionate, and they're good with patients. They will get you here.
PCC-EK provides transportation free of charge to patients who need a ride to their appointments. Transportation Director Stephen Kelly says the services are available to Perry and Knott County residents, and they are now offering it in Leslie County, which is beneficial to both patients and the clinic.
It's cut down on our no-show rates. It's been a great service, and that's what primary care does. We see a service that will help our patients, and it really has.
The service is a relief to patients who may not have had the resources or the means to travel to appointments, regardless if they live in a holler or even closer in town.
We don't bill insurance. We don't have any mileage restrictions for the counties that we are serving right now. And we even do same-day transports. If you're waking up and you don't feel well, you call us, we'll get you here.
Kelly says they see positive feedback from patients praising the service and the care they receive at the clinic.
Our drivers are they love to talk to people. Our drivers, they love it. They really do. And we have 40 providers with our clinics, and our providers take really good care. That's what I love most about primary care is our patient care.
He says if there's a need in their community, they will try their best to serve it at primary care centers of Eastern Kentucky. While they do accept same-day transports, the clinic asks if you have an appointment to request a driver at least 2 days ahead of time so they can make sure they have the proper staff to pick them up. You can call their office at 606-439-1300 and hit option 7. Folks gathered for a ribbon cutting in Jackson County Tuesday. The event was for the opening of Strip Tech Solutions, which provides chemical paint stripping services for the manufacturing industry. The location is in McKee and was attended by representatives of Hal Rogers' office as well as Representative Timmy Truitt. The business created a few jobs in the community with the hope for more in the future. One Pike County community is looking towards the future with its financial woes now under control. Elkhorn City is seeing money trickle in for the first time in years after mismanagement froze the city's grant and government funding. Mayor Nathan Bryant says the city now has access to millions of dollars in development funding. Bryant says local leaders have worked hard to get the finances back in shape.
We've already been talking with numerous vendors and people like Off-Road Appalachia or Drift Appalachia. We've talked to them about coming in and doing some things just to bring people in. But the moving forward, tourism is key, and also we have to protect this money that we receive.
Bryant says he's thankful to the city, county, and other community partners who helped get things together quicker than he ever expected, and is thankful to the community who remained patient. Water outages continue in parts of Perry County. Sheriff Joe Engel says he hasn't had water at his home in 9 days and has filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office. He says he just wants answers as to why certain communities have gone so long without water. City officials are posting updates about outages and boil water advisories on Facebook and the city's app. They are still asking folks to conserve, and car washes that do not use private wells remain shut down. The West Virginia State Board of Education has voted to close 2 elementary schools in Wayne County. Anoa and Dumlo elementary schools will be closed beginning next school year, with the students being sent to Crum Pre-K through 8, East Lynn Elementary, and Wayne Elementary. The Wayne County Superintendent says the closings will save the county about $1.6 million per year. The big thaw is on, but it is leaving behind new worry for Lexington's water quality. Clogged drains are causing standing water on roads, and that snowmelt could impact water for folks in that area. Ben Bodos has more on what the Division of Water Quality is doing about it.
Well, it's starting to warm up now, and that snow and ice is finally starting to melt. But it does have to go somewhere, and it does typically end up in storm drains. With a lot of it melting, that can cause some clogging issues and some standing water. Despite all the melting, piles of snow and ice still remain, and some can be blocking storm drains. This can back up the draining process more, which means they need to be cleared. This is something Lexington crews try to work on after clearing all the snow and ice.
We also have some heavy vacuum equipment that is mounted on the back of trucks that basically you can stick the tube down in there and suck the leaves out of there. We'll be doing catch up with that for a while because unfortunately the same people that are driving the plows are the same people that are doing those things as well. And
with any winter storm, there's also a lot of things that can get placed on the roadways to treat them. This can lead to water quality going down.
It's always a concern, anytime that you've got grit and grime and all the things that end up accumulating on streets and stuff like that, along with the salt and beet juice application that we've been laying to it over the last couple of weeks. But generally speaking, the streams seem to be able to handle that.
Martin says they've been able to keep up with the water quality staying in good shape. The main focus is just clearing those storm drains so they can drain properly.
In some cases, like I said, you need to probably take matters into your own hands if you can, depending on what your skill set is and what your capabilities are.
In Lexington, Ben Beddoes, WKYT.
Martin says folks impacted by this can also call 311 if they see a storm drain being clogged. Students in Powell County will be back in the classroom today. The winter weather kept them home for more than 2 weeks. Even as other districts went back, Powell County decided to be cautious because many back roads were still icy. The district used all 10 of its non-traditional instruction days, so they now have to make up for a few snow days.
We'll have to look at our calendar, and so far we're in the first week of June, and that's not terribly unusual for Powell County. Get creative if we miss more, and there is potential for that in the spring. We've got flooding that always hits us here.
During last year's winter storm, Powell County schools missed 3 weeks of class.
And it's a cold start to your day, so as you're heading out the door, you might need that coat. We're talking 20s for most folks out and about. Some a little bit warmer. It's 31 right now in Pikeville and in Prestonsburg. But by the afternoon, everyone will be seeing these nice 40-degree temperatures in the forecast. A little bit warmer for our far southern counties, getting to that 50-degree mark in Jacksboro. A little bit chillier for our northern counties. 39 is how warm it'll get in Logan, West Virginia. But the one thing that we are watching is the lack of cloud cover this morning. But as we head into those evening hours, well, that's when we're going to start to see a change in the forecast. So as you're heading off to school, clear skies and upper 20s can be expected. By the time you're heading home, we're talking mid-40s with mostly cloudy skies. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning, does a significant other in your life have 4 legs? Why pet owners will be spending more to shower their fur babies with love this Valentine's Day.